Let's go to the Northern Rhone. So
Let's do it.
Crozes Hermitage, really well over 90+% of it is about red wine. And when you're talking Crozes Hermitage in red terms, you're talking about pure Syrah. It's not a wine that's blended with other grapes. And I think probably less than 5% of what's under vine within the AOP is white.
Yep.
So this is a blend of Roussanne, about 60% Roussanne and 40% Marsanne. The Roussanne is all in stainless, and then the Marsanne is in neutral wood. And I love the vintage. I think it's a wine that's 2019. It's showing really, really well now, right about exactly 3 years since harvest. And I think this is a wine that I think white Rhone wines in general I think are less known for most people than red wines. I think whether it's Southern Rhone, when you're talking about white Chateauneuf de Pape, those wines are very, very scarce. In the context of the Northern Rhone, Hermitage whites as well, very, very scarce and very, very pricey. So I think this is a wine with a lot of value.
Yes.
And just really, really nice. I'm going to stop myself talking about like what people taste in the wine, but I'll leave that for you.
No, please.
To me, I love these two varietals. I love them when you taste them kind of monovarietally. I love them when you taste them blended like this. But I always get kind of this almost marmalade-y kind of quality, with these wines. And I love the fact that the Roussanne really doesn't see wood at all.
Yeah.
I think it's a grape that really has such enticing flavors. It doesn't need to be masked by any sort of wood. So, this is not a wine. All the wines the three whites we're showing, really none of them have real oak presence. If there's oak on them, it's neutral, so it gives it a little maybe more less reductive, maybe a little more just kind of contoured to how it feels on the palate.
I like this. Like Roussanne and Marsanne are such rare grape varietal that just people don't know about it, people don't taste it, people don't buy them. But I think they're so interesting and they're really, really good.
Yep.
They have just like unique aromas that you just don't find from your common everyday grape. And you said a marmalade, and to me it's just kind of that, not sweet, but almost like a dry, like orange peel-y thing to it too.
Great descriptor. Yeah.
And then there's always that like yellow floral chrysanthemum or something like that.
That's a great one too.
Very
there's a lovely kind of floral kind of spice the wine has.
Correct. Floral but spicy. You're right. It's not like a sweet, fruity, juicy type thing. It's like a floral spice, has some depth, has a little more of that.
And just I think a wine like this, very versatile food wine. Sauvignon Blanc can be a little leaner, maybe a little less body to it. But this wine, I feel, it's rich, but it's not, in no way is it ponderous at all.
No, not at all. It's not. It's interesting. What I usually find for Northern Rhone whites, that it is really easy if you don't pull it back in for the wine to start to taste very hot alcoholically.
Yes.
And almost bitter on the finish. So I thought they actually did a pretty good job.
I think they did too. I'm with you at that. I think you see that in Viognier as well. The wines can really, they need to be picked, not too ripe, and you don't want to see wood on wines like this. There's such a freshness. That's such a part of what's attractive about this style of wine. And this wine, even fairer price than the previous wine. This one retail probably in the 30s.
What do you like to eat with Northern Rhone whites?
I think, I don't think you'd want red meat, but some white meat with this, I think could go really well. I think the pork, almost like a 5-spice kind of pork loin.
Oh, I like that.
Would be fabulous with this.
Oh, like almost like a little slightly Asian touch to it. A 5-spice pork loin.
Yeah, I think it could go great with some various fish or shellfish. I think crab cakes with that would be fabulous.
That's true.
I love how much body the wine has. Without oak character.
That's that. For me, when I tasted that wine, I really want some swordfish steak. With like satay, fresh vegetable, peppers, and
pineapple relish.
Oh yes, tropical fruit. It will handle it like really well. So. Yeah, I feel like it's a shame that people don't drink and understand Northern Rhone wine
I think
more.
part of it is because there's not that much out there.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think it's a function of supply.
That's true. Like we also have to talk about it here quickly that Rome as a region, 90% of the wine comes from southern Rome, and a lot of that goes into what we call Côte de Rome, which is like the basic, regional wine, and they're mostly all red. So only 10% out of all the wines comes from Northern Rome, but all of that 10%, only like what 5 to 10% of that 10%.
Yeah, in the case of
wine.
Crozes Hermitage, I think it's somewhere around 4% of Crozes Hermitage is white.
It's just it's
a small growing region to start
tiny.
with.
It's so tiny.
And then 96% of it's red.
And I will be quite honest, there are two kinds of my clients out there. I have my clients who knows what they want, and that's what they want to drink all the time, and nothing wrong with that. So we just do different variety, whistling the stuff that they like. Yes. But I also have another group of clients who want to try new things and different things all the time to expand their palate. Yeah. And I think this will be a great wine to do that with, for sure.
Glad you appreciate it.